Hey guys, this is Lucretia, and you are tuning in to an episode of Candid Conversations. And today's candid topic is the cost. Everybody say, oh my goodness, that's way too expensive. So, when we're talking about the cost of something, we are referring to the price that is paid to acquire or to produce something. There's a cost that has to be paid to both acquire and produce something. The cost can also refer to a sacrifice or a penalty. Today during worship at church, we were singing a song, and the words of the song, some of the words say, I just want to move your heart. No matter what the cost, I freely give it all to you. Listen to those words again. I just want to move your heart. No matter what the cost, I freely give it all to you. During worship and during yesterday, I began to reflect upon the cost, like the price that has to be paid. This song is telling God that I am willing to pay whatever it takes, no matter what the cost, in order to be close to your heart. And during worship today, I started thinking, Lucretia, are you really willing to pay the cost to be close to the heart of God? As we reflect upon the costly things in life, we probably envision the finer things in life, the diamonds, the pearls, the expensive homes, the expensive cars, the amazing vacations, traveling around the world. I mean, the list can go on and on. You name it, the better quality, the more the cost. When we walk into any business or any establishment, we can guarantee that we are going to have to pay the cost for something. We are not going to walk away with anything free in our hand. And if they advertise something as free, it's not really free. It costs somebody something. So as I reflected upon that, I reflected upon what it cost us to really be a follower of Jesus Christ. So I began to ponder, Lucretia, are you willing to pay the cost when it hurts? What about when it's inconvenient? Will you pay the cost? What about when it conflicts with your agenda, with something that you have desired to do all of your life, and finally you have the opportunity to do it? Are you still willing to pay the cost? Those are just a few scenarios to consider when it comes to paying the cost for being a follower of Christ. Scenarios differ, but the bottom line is there is a cost to be a follower of Jesus Christ. Number one, we can't follow someone and go our own way at the same time. So there's a definite giving up of time and some of our affections. That is costly. Luke 9:23 says, if you want to be my follower, you must give up your own way. Take up your cross daily and follow me. Luke 9:23. He, meaning Jesus, paid the ultimate cost to redeem us. Sin separated us from him. and only his blood was able to redeem us. 1 Corinthians 6:20 says that you were bought with a price. Most of us mothers and our fathers, we love our children, and we would do almost anything for our children. But we are definitely not giving blood for our children. Now, we may have a scenario where, physically speaking, we may be in a position where we have to give up some blood for our children so that they can live. However, our blood has no eternal value for our children. It's a noble thing to do, and it's a loving thing to do if we're ever in a predicament like that. However, the blood of Jesus has secured our future, our eternity. What a high cost that he paid. And number 3, the price that I have to pay may not necessarily be the price that you have to pay. Only God knows. But according to Luke 12:48, it says, to whom much is given, much is required. I am certainly glad to be a follower of Christ, but there is a cost to pay. Are we going to say, that is way too expensive? Or are we willing to pay the cost? That does not mean that we're going to have a miserable second-class life, lowly and dejected all of our lives, just to follow Christ. No, that's not what I'm saying, and that's not what I'm insinuating either. But what I am saying is, when we decide to follow Christ, we give up our own way, and that is costly. You are tuned in to another episode of Candid Conversations. Thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in, for staying with me, for watching and subscribing. Until next time, are you willing to pay the cost? Bye-bye.